kick it and go, kick it and go. With a step on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. Kick it and go. I had to kick off and go. With a step on, spin move, in zone, go. Off the sideline, a touchdown, I put on a show.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington football team. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints trot onto the field behind the veteran right arm of Drew Brees, a former Purdue Boilermaker who entered the league back in 2001.
I don't know about you, but I've absolutely loved his consistency throughout the season. Always good, occasionally spectacular. But right now, he's on the outside of that MVP race. What's it going to take for him to get it done down the stretch?
You're right, on the fringe. But, hey, it's Week 14. There's still a month left for him to make a lasting impression, have some scintillating plays, and then who knows?
Yeah, those scintillating plays, those splash plays, those plays we'll talk about for the next week leading up to the next game. He'll need a bunch of those down the stretch in order to win the award.
Second and 12 at the 23-yard line.
On second and 12, Brees. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Complete to
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 22 carries, 101 yards, and a score.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Saints.
From midfield, here's Brees. Over the middle to Smith.
Complete.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield.
Brees pass.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's 2nd and inches at the 29-yard line.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And down inside the 15 he goes. 16 yards, a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage. But not much more than that.
Gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Is good. Makes the score Saints 3, Washington 0.
No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's enough. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And Washington has taken the lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Breeze pass.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt.
Kareem Hunt, the ball carrier.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
That one complete to Hill. A gain of 6 there on first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
At the 46.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze, and it's caught. The tight end Hill.
Breeze.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 27-yard line. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he rifles one incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Terry McLaurin.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And he finds McLaurin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get... the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. That one is slant to McLaurin.
The pass.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Saints' 24-yard line.
And yet again, it's McLaurin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. This will be caught at about the 5. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Intended for Terry McLaurin. Incomplete.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Hopkins on for the extra point.
They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Saints 3.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
To Terry McLaurin.
Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a... And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 21st touchdown of the season. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Shotgun now for Breeze. The open man is Smith. 30. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Breeze pass. Complete to
Traquan Smith. His second touchdown on the season. And the Saints get a bit closer. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And on the return, Washington takes over 1st and 10. At their own 32-yard.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away.
Janoris Jenkins on the coverage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah. I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense. Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Complete.
Michael Thomas with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Washington will take over 1st and 10. At their own 26-yard line.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
At the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Terry McLaurin.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Breeze. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now Breeze. Sanders has it over the middle. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and
that he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so this decision to bring it out of the end zone, gets him 3 more.
1st and 10 at their own.
The Saints offense. On the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And a pass complete here to Sanders.
Breeze pass.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
They run for it with Hunt. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Breeze. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
Breeze pass.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Breeze.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Breeze. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
And the Saints
over the middle, complete. That's Sanders.
Breeze.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Breeze.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying, don't they?
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for Hank.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Washington,
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Washington, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
Hey, could count on my power and look at my dogs. The higher the climb, the harder the fall, but how did you get up? I done got rich and went broke, then got rich again, just a little hiccup. I never bought in this pickup. Being so funny and being so hungry, I had to eat groceries. How did you let it go miss? How she was mad, she mix it. Mad at one of the fucking up a friend, they kissed and we dipped it, and that's how we kicked it.
Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I went live. Ain't know what I was. Ain't no one alive to do what I do. Like years, catch my buzz. Catch my cup. Now they don't really talk about us. Now they don't really talk about love. Honestly, they ain't never seen too much. What's love to a guy with a bag? What's heart to a guy with some cash? What's pain to a guy that's mad? Said. What's broke to a guy with a mask? What's both to a guy with a plan? I just wanna kick it, that's all I ask. Like, let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her, how I did it. Yeah. Spend the whole half, had a blast. Can I kick it? Even with a sprain. Hey, can I kick it? Just the flex, I went and bought a chain. Can I kick it? Things ain't been the same. Things have changed. Can I kick it? People acting different, so I ask. Can I?
She don't know that I can pace it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, try and run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Try and tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't feel cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need jack, nah. I'm real proud of the steps you took just to get to the place that you at today. I couldn't tell you to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the pastor say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last a day. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hating. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, try and run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down.